So this is by far the funniest video we've ever created on board a yacht. You're going to want to stay all the way to the end on this one, I promise you that. In this video, we're going to sail over to the Bahamas on our yacht, where we're going to show you the best place to eat in Bimini, how we've turned the VanDutch 55 from the sexiest boat
Madre mia.
to the most fun boat. And you're going to see our team getting very competitive, playing sports and gambling right next to a shipwreck.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home.
If you're new here, welcome. We teach people how to buy yachts at the lowest price possible and advise them to avoid errors along the way. If you're new here, you may watch this video and say, these guys are either genius or they're the dumbest people we've ever seen, which is why I say yachting is fun, and that's the only reason why we all do it. But make sure you watch all the way through. So after sleeping on the hook overnight in Miami, we picked up Philip and we traveled 50 nautical miles from Miami to Bimini to the Bahamas to find clear blue water, a laid-back lifestyle, and boating over to the Bahamas is such an easy ride for us. Over the last year, the Bahamas has been a bit tumultuous in regards to changing regulations and increased costs. The fact that it's only a 2-hour cruise makes it a frequent place where boaters take their boat down here in Florida, and we close a lot of our deals offshore by going over to the Bahamas, so it's a very popular destination in Bimini for us. After leaving Miami and arriving to the Bahamas, we had to make sure we cleared in through customs first before we could get our bite and make sure that we swim and enjoy the day. We went over for some pong, pretty much the most famous Bahamian cuisine. Other than that, the food's not the most delectable. Bahamian cuisine pretty much comes down to one really delicious thing, and that is conked. So we made sure we went over for that. But right after we were done eating and checking in to Bimini Big Game Resort, we went over to the SS Sapona wreck. After we checked into Bimini Big Game, we wanted to just take a few moments to play a quick game of ping pong. And you'll see that it didn't really work out too well for Philippe in the end. What happens if you lose the point?
I buy lunch.
You buy lunch? Okay.
Let's do it.
What happens if I lose the point?
You buy both.
Deal.
Deal.
But I just wanted to make things a little more interesting.
If you lose the point, the other person gets to hit the ball at you. You have to cover your wiener and you cover your face.
Deal.
So that's what we're doing. All right.
Nope. Nope. I hate to say this, but Philippe's pain and suffering did not end here. You're gonna want to keep watching because it only gets worse from here. So we sailed over to the wreck, and you can get really close to the wreck, like some of these other boats that you see here in this clip. The SS Sapona wreck was initially built in the 1920s under Henry Ford to be a World War I ship. But since the vessel wasn't finished until the war was over, it became a floating casino and a rum runner during Prohibition. While it eventually ran aground in 1926, it was then used as a bombing target for World War II, and now finds itself as an artificial reef that boaters like us get to enjoy regularly. It's a great backdrop, it's a great place to dive, it's a great place to jump off and climb. So while the others were doing that, we just kind of parked a little offshore to give us space for what we were going to do. Now, I have to say, right, the VanDutch 55 was my dream boat for a long time, and it was sexy, it was avant-garde. They put down the synthetic deck so women could walk with high heels, and it was for hotshots. I'm no hotshot, I'm never gonna be a hotshot. So we said, you know, as brokers, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to market these vessels and have fun. And that's exactly what we did, not once, not twice, but 3 times. So while others were peacefully climbing, jumping, and swimming the wreck, we, however, had a different itinerary on the day of what we wanted to do and how we wanted to market the VanDutch. We were going to hold our very own Olympics, as there's so few boats with such a big bow that allows for activities that we saw fit. At this point in history, I believe we are the only ones to ever exercise, play golf, and have a home run derby. Only possible because there is no bow seating, which gives space to the cabin and makes it such a big space for us to enjoy. So in our first act on board the boat, we start slow. Okay, we ran out of our budget on the weekend to hire a hot fitness influencer. So instead, we have Philippe demonstrating how one could stay fit while sailing or while away while on board a VanDutch 55.
I don't know. What's the plan?
Show him, fat boy.
If I can
Oh,
do
wait,
it too, you
crab
can do
walk.
it too.
Crab walk. What are you doing? Crab walk.
I don't know. What's the plan?
Crab walk, yes. There we go, Fatso. 15 minutes. Can you do it? Go lower. Go lower so it's more resistance. Lower. I'll re-grip it. Come closer, come closer, come closer. Come closer. Keep going.
So once we concluded the workout, we moved right into golf. Now, disclaimer, none of us are golfers, and we apologize in a sense for what you're about to watch. But I'm telling you, this is pure comedy. We sent Philip to Dick's Sporting Goods to get us a golf club earlier that morning because I was supposed to pack one and I didn't bring it with us. While Philippe grabbed the club, we had our biodegradable golf balls so we could safely hit them into the ocean. And we had a longest drive competition between him, myself, and Captain Alex. Let's head over to the video to see how it went.
All right, boys. So keeping the spirit of competition today, we're having a driving competition. Whoever hits these biodegradable golf balls further, the winner gets $1,000. The loser has to jump in the water in the Tiger Speedo we brought with us. All right, so are you a good golfer?
No.
Are you a good golfer?
We play volleyball?
When's the last time you've been golfing?
All right, so again, we have these biodegradable golf balls. We want to make sure we're not hitting them at these boats as they're coming in. Let's go off this way.
Oh, moon ball.
Don't.
Come on.
You gotta do it.
What?
You lost.
What?
You have to wear this and you have to jump in the water. This was a
Oh.
gentleman's bet. We gentlemanly serve our clientele. All right, so you saw the gentleman's bet made earlier, and obviously Philippe is gonna live up to his word. We apologize to anyone who's actually in the market to buy a boat because this might make you leave altogether. But for the women and the wives at home and the gay demographic, we want you to know that we're happy to present Philippe.
You didn't have extra small, huh? Only small?
Yeah, well, that's my size.
Okay.
It makes the bulge bigger.
Okay.
So pop off that shirt with the microphone so we don't go swimming. And let's follow you all the way up to the bow.
All the way to the bow. All right. I'm sorry, guys. All right. What else to say?
Could I borrow it?
This is not my size, but it is what it is.
All right, buddy. Thank you for being a man of your word. You look really good.
See you guys later.
These guys, the world is getting crazy. The world is getting crazy.
See, you can't make this stuff up. So we're so sorry for everyone that if you don't do business with us because of Philippe's grip, I don't blame you one iota, okay? So we rounded out the day playing one more sport, and that's essentially Wiffleball. This is something that I played through my whole childhood. Again, you can only do it on board the VanDutch. Hopefully, as the marketing geniuses that we are, someone's gonna see this video and make an introduction so we can play with Derek Jeter Aaron Judge or Manny Machado for the next time we go out, and you'll have a little bit more quality entertainment and smoother swings.
All right, for game number 2, showcasing how functional and fun the bow of the VanDutch is, now we're playing Wiffleball. They played baseball in Serbia?
Yeah.
When was the last time you swung a baseball bat or a Wiffleball bat?
Maybe 13, 14 years old.
So this is gonna be rough, okay? Winner of this one gets $1,000. Loser of this one has to do the entire ride home back to Florida dressed as Guy Fieri.
Oh, that's a
All right,
I'm so ready.
that's the stance. All right, here we go. Kids, don't
Try
try this
Don't
at
try
home.
this at home.
Right here, baby.
Gets a breaking ball and hits it out to right. Acuna goes back to the warning track, looks up, and out of here!
That's American Dolphin.
All right,
Judge.
Alex is going home dressed as Guy Fieri. Philippe, you will not be winning the money. Thanks for playing.
No problem.
Thanks for playing.
So after playing our sports and making our way home, we obviously saw Philippe and his punishment. It was time for Alex to hold up his end of the bargain for his, okay? But essentially, before we're leaving, we gotta get a little swimming in. We had a lot of the other boats of the reef leaving and telling us as they went by that our swings were so awful and that they were really ashamed that they had to watch it, and we ruined their day out on the water. So we took off around 4 p.m. so we could arrive home to Fort Lauderdale before it got dark. At this point, we were all pretty tired, but we figured it was an ideal time to talk about a little bit more about the boat, the good and the bad, because that's what we always like to do. And especially being owners of the boat, paying all the bills, we certainly know exactly what we like and what we don't like about the boat at this point, in case you're in the market to buy one of these.
I really love these boats. If you look down at the decking, a lot of the older VanDutches, this Aztec material, they put it on so women could walk with high heels on the boat. It gets like these mold specks in where like essentially the caulking, the white part is. So that's something we haven't had an issue. The cushions on the boat, you know, they make it with this umbrella fabric, very easy to wipe down and clean, but the foam just isn't all that thick. That's something I would reinforce. And then obviously the color, something lighter like a white. Sometimes this color gets a little hot. Any darker color gets hot. So that's a little bit of a complaint. And then while you're running the boat and you're downstairs, it's really not the most comfortable boat. You can't see out the portholes. You know, there's a little bit of vibration in there, but that's the case with most boats. Other than that, the displays are so easy depending on the speed you're running at. We have a few other videos where visibility could be a little tough, but essentially you saw all the videos of us. The socialization aspect of this boat, I really believe, is second to none. It makes it super fun, centralizes everyone in the middle. Most people want to complain that there's no bow seating. The bow is the least utilized part of every boat. It's nice when you're going at lower speeds, but no one's using it. We obviously showed you today how fun it could be for different alternative purposes that you don't really think of. Trade-offs to every single one of these, but this still remains one of my absolute favorite days.
So while that segment in this video was our first real and honest aspect, okay, I was preparing for Alex to have to wear his Guy Fieri punishment costume, and while he was filling out our custom clearance to get back into the States, we were stopped by Customs and Border Protection, the Coast Guard, and we wondered if it was because we were high-profile VanDutch or if Philippe was gonna get deported. Luckily, it was just a routine stop on the water, which is part of the boating process that you're gonna be exposed to at some point or another. And essentially, we're so lucky that the Coast Guard protects our country and keeps our water safe for us. So thank you to those guys. So as we eventually arrived home back in Fort Lauderdale, Captain Alex was washing down the boat while we were moving all our belongings back into the car so the boat could look clean again. Our collective group of misfits knew that after all this content we filmed, that their life was forever gonna change, and they now were gonna be internet superstars as well. Who knows? Maybe if you've stuck with this video this long, you're gonna say, you know what? I like these guys. Maybe you've thought exactly the opposite. Either way, now that it's finished, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, like, and please leave us a comment below. If you are in the market to buy a VanDutch or any yacht, please be sure to use the Yacht Zero yacht calculator. Okay, this is gonna help you unlock what other buyers have paid for their boat. You're gonna be able to see the analytics, how long it took these boats to sell, how long they're listed on the market, and quite frankly, you're gonna see how high the boats are listed over what other buyers paid a year ago, 2 years ago. So we've gotten our buying process down to a science, and our philosophy is very simple. Someone's going to make the money when you buy a boat. It should be someone advising you that wants to keep you in every boat you ever buy and sell, because you're going to have problems with whatever boat you buy. So at the end of the day, we want to be in your corner to not only share what we've seen and learned and known along the way, but when you find yourself in a tough spot, you want to know that we're going to pick up the call and help you, because it's really nice to have a partner so you don't have to curse under your breath and have to say the best day of owning a boat is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. What I say to everyone is, could everyone with these boats be wrong? So with that said, happy yachting, my friends.